Hey everyone, I'm so excited to introduce my next guest, Rosie Killip. She is an absolute superstar, building compliance expert, entrepreneur and business owner, and just a downright bloody good person. Hey Rosie, good to see you.
Thanks,
and welcome
Ryan.
to Christchurch.
Yay, I'm so glad to be back here in Christchurch, seeing all the changes. Love to see the heart in the city. Been through some hard years, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. But it's really good to have you here in our backyard for a change. We're always going to Wellington and seeing Rosie. Now, if you don't know Rosie, I don't know where the hell you've been. You've been living under a rock. Rosie has been in let's start with the building compliance industry. The building compliance industry for 30 years. And if she doesn't know about it, it's not worth knowing. But I've got a really important question for you. How the hell did you get into building compliance and why?
Why did I do it? I ask myself that a lot. Probably like most of you and you, I fell into it accidentally. I had moved to Wellington. This law was about to be birthed out of Parliament, and I worked for the healthcare sector those days. And my boss says, hey, you're the young one, waltz on down to Parliament, find out about this law and run some workshops around New Zealand for our rest home managers and private hospitals. Wow. So I said, okay. And that's how it started, that simple.
That's incredible. One thing I really respect about Rosie is her energy, and it's, how long have we known each other for?
Oh.
It's hard to know.
Yonks.
And we've had our good times, we've had our bad times, but the most common thing that brings us back together is our drive, our passion, and getting shit done.
Oh, yes.
As a business entrepreneur, what are the exciting things you're involved in?
Well, that's the kind of interesting thing. I've always had stuff on the side. I'm totally into personal development. So I've run and done a lot of workshops for people who are going through a life crisis, career crisis, and just started to actually work in the mental health space. So it's really kind of interesting because I'm meeting lots of other people who really it's about communication and it's about having a happy day at work. And I've often thought about that in building compliance. Most people are fighting. I mean, you and I have had a couple of really healthy debates, but we already respect each other.
That's right.
So having a good ding-dong between you and me, we're fine. Someone else looking at us probably goes, whoa, look at those two on fire. But we're passionate both, right? And we go, cool, and we move on. A lot of people in building compliance, it's them and us. Them, the council, them, the facilities people, them IQPs, them builders, and everyone gets really upset. I myself, I've been spat at, pushed, sworn at many times. I can swear back, as you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And people throwing their toys out the cot, storming out of rooms. Very, very emotional, upset. Today, people told me that when they've worked on their side of the counter in a council context, they've had money thrown at them, like coins literally thrown in their face, say, here, take that. Now, it's like, what are we doing? So I'm really deeply concerned, and I love, and I'm very interested in that. I'm interested in young people. I've got 2 young people in my life, so helping them find a mojo, not a career, but a life plan, a bucket list. Before I turn 20, 30, 40, here's something I want to do. I've got friends who are retiring. I do bucket list stuff with them. I love it. It's always interesting. Women's groups, you know, I like dancing. I've never had enough time to do it, so I'm involved in dancing at the moment.
Wow.
So that's cool. So watch out for some
I've
tap dancing.
I've learned something new. You also sing too, don't you?
I do. Yeah.
We're going to set up a musical ensemble for facilities and compliance managers.
Look, I love acting, right? So we could do a whole play. We could do like Shakespearean play on building compliance.
We could reenact the last 30 years. We could. That's really exciting. And you touched base on something again that I've mentioned many, many times before, and that is about people. The reason we're in, regardless whether it's building compliance, mental health, whatever business creation or entrepreneurship venture you're in, it's all about people. And having respect for each other and doing the right thing, but also having those respected, robust debates, because it's important too, you know, to share your views and do it, but do it in a meaningful and be clear about what you're trying to get across without being disrespectful.
Yeah, and look, that's the interesting thing. I started building networks in the year 2000. It was my Y2K New Millennia project, mainly because I was dissatisfied that the way that the workforce was for me. It didn't quite fit. I wanted a lifestyle. I had a 4-year-old by that stage, and I wanted more time with her. And I work it in the evenings. I'm not a morning person. That's just me, always have been, you know. So I could email you at 3 o'clock and probably still be awake.
Yeah.
So that worked for my mojo. And what it's always said to me is when I hear all this different stuff, I go, do you want to be happy at work? Do you want to say good things to people every day? You know, do you want to kind of have robust things because it's good for us? Sometimes it's good to tell our children no, and it's good to tell ourselves no because it's good for you. And so building compliance and facilities, sometimes, no, you can't have that there.
Yep.
You can't have a lock there. There's lots of no's. And people don't like it, and therefore they make it personal when they don't like us. And I just go, look, it's not about me. These are the rules. Hey tangata, hey tangata, hey tangata. It's about the people.
Absolutely.
And so if the people aren't safe, how do you sleep at night?
Yep.
How do you look yourself in the mirror?
Yep.
And you know, you've got to kind of take that on the chin and say, well, if I'm involved in a building facility of any sort in any way, council, facility manager, builder, whatever, I'm not doing this for a monument, I'm doing it for people to work, live and play in a building.
Absolutely. And that was something I also touched base on a previous video around occupancy and human factor. Take in the human factor about what you're actually doing and understand the purpose, right? Understand why you do what you do. Now, a really important question I like asking everyone, and I've restructured it slightly for you, but over 30 years I've been in building compliance, different businesses and education and whatnot. What's most important for you now, whether it's personal or business? What's the most important thing for you now?
That people are illuminated to find answers to questions quickly, and they know to ask the question in the first place. Whatever it's about, you know, what do I do for the rest of my life? Well, how do you illuminate that pathway for yourself? You know, hang out with cool people, look at differences. You don't need to follow the crowd, be yourself. If it's about building compliance, excuse me, where does it say I have to do this? Just asking. How much does that cost? Is there a run sheet for all of these things? So asking smart questions and illuminating your own way, finding your way through hanging out with cool people, eh?
Hey, that's right, that's right. That's really profound. I mean, finding your own way, and that's something that through my career I was put into a silo, and this is what I was going to do to get through my professional career. It wasn't until I broke loose from that I started having all this fun. You know, I started meeting people like yourself and doing all these awesome things, like being here now in an awesome city that's been rebuilt, but enjoying it and actually being here right now. You know, not tomorrow, or not the next day, or whatever it might be. So that's really cool. Now, I know you've got a question for me, so go for it.
Yay. Here's my thing. If you had a magic wand and you could only fix one thing about buildings, what would it be?
Whoa. If I could fix one thing with a magic wand, I would actually go back to some of the experiences that I've had within business. And that is, if I can wave that wand, don't complicate things that are not complicated. So wave that wand right across the business, which then filters down to the actual building management, is keep it simple. What we do is not difficult, but we make it difficult. So it would be simplicity. So I think it was the ultimate sophistication is simplification. So keep it simple, keep it purposeful, and just have fun.
I like it. You know, it's like that whole thing about decluttering. There's quite a trend, you know, about your home to declutter and make things very simple and organic or very Japanese way. Why aren't we doing it in business? Why don't we declutter the business side? I agree with you.
Yeah.
So remember, KISS principle, it's got to apply.
Simplification is the ultimate sophistication. That's what it is. I usually get quotes around the wrong way, so there you go. I fixed that one. But thank you so much, Rosie.
Awesome.
This has been awesome. Great to see you as
Thank
always.
you.
Take
Fantastic.
care. See you later.
Bye.